The day of today has been an absolute revelation for me. Due to a hint from an interesting spiritual technique from my good friend and host, Rehan Lawala, I realized that we are creating a system, a process for human upgrade. And why this is important? Because until now there's a lot of knowledge, spiritual knowledge, there's a lot of scientific knowledge, but the merge hasn't been done still yet in a way that makes sense. Spirituality and science. And a process is what makes the difference between understanding something only intuitively or knowing just with the head or just with the heart how to connect the two and the whole system, start creating the flow for human upgrade. An interesting insight came into my awareness that we are moving from the number of seven chakras, to the number of five elements. And that absolutely makes sense because we are moving from me, the person, and the personal activation, the personal healing, to the we, the planetary healing, the planetary activation. The 5 elements is a system that has been used in China for a very long time, and they have a specific way of activating one another. So what came into awareness is that we need to start from the earth element. Activating the earth, and the earth is connected to the organ of the stomach. So healthy food, detoxing food, really taking care of what comes in, thoughts, everything that is nutrition and is food for us. So it's stomach, it's food, and also is conscious production, conscious use of the land, conscious use of our bodies. Everything has to do with the physical needs to be redesigned and rethought with a lot of empathy. So the feeling is empathy. The very first feeling that we need to activate right now, it's empathy. So we can activate the element of the earth. Activating the element of the earth, we are moving to the element of the metal. And the element of the metal that is supported by earth is the second one that will be activated right after the earth is activated. It's connected to the lungs of the planet, the forests, the lungs of ourselves that now have been attacked. The lungs is extremely important because it gives us air, it connects us to the world, and it has to do with our breath and our breathing and our freedom to breathe and whatever air represents for us, this force of life, this connection with everything that is around us. And the feeling is forgiving. We need to activate the feeling of forgiving to be able to fully activate the element of metal. After the element of metal, we are moving to the water. The water element is deeply connected with the kidneys. And kidneys is our system, is our organ that is filtering our blood. So it's everything that allows us to clean ourselves. And the kidneys are deeply connected with the fear, with scarcity, and that creates problems in the kidneys. Everybody who has problems in the kidneys have to do with fear that has been created from lack. And this can only be done with detoxing, deep body and soul detoxing. Activating the element of water, we will be able to activate the element of wood. And the element of wood it's directly connected to the liver. And it's the feeling of anger. that we need to overcome so we can go to full expression. By the time we activate these three, we have activated the element of wood, that is the fourth element, and we can move up to the element of fire. It's the fifth element. It will be the end of the circle, the completion of the circle. And the element of fire has to do with our heart, with our passion, purpose, and with love. So the very last feeling that we will be able to activate, and that's going to be the one that will reactivate the whole circle, going back to earth, because each element is supporting the other. And all of that is what is coming into awareness right now, is what we need to create. And all of that it will be our system, our process, to say better. It's a process of human upgrade. This is what came into awareness today. I would love if anybody has insights about that, if anybody has been working in any of the circles, if anybody has been working in the first one, which is the earth, that is where we need to start from, please get in contact with us, because we're going to be creating that as a process that everybody can use for their own upgrade. So we can start helping individuals move from the me to the we. Thank you. Going further and taking into consideration with a lot of respect insights that have been given from my good friend Niels, we are moving into a system, into a structure of societal activation. And this came in the awareness as a vortex. So imagine that as a donut, like it's a vortex. And resources and information is coming in as an input. Don't forget that we're reevaluating the way we use resources, and we are in the age of information. So this is the input, and the output is a restructuring of our society that has also, again, 5 levels. The first level, so the very first circle, in the beginning of the vortex, it's wisdom. Ancient and contemporary wisdom, and the combination of the two. The second layer is physical locations. And it is what we have been working on in the Conscious Gems project. This is the world of wisdom that Niels that had the download actually is working on. And also here, the third one is gatherings that connect all the one before. Wisdom and physical locations are creating conscious gatherings. The fourth, so 1, 2, 3. The fourth is long-term education. And the fifth level of activation is the virtual world, is the activation of the virtual world that will be able to connect all the rest into a system that goes globally and can expand further beyond our society and our community. These two systems combined is right now our superpower, and is right now what is being asked from us to do. So please help me decode that. If you have insights, if you have ideas about that, please help me decode that and allow us to implement it into projects like conscious gems that we are creating, allow us to implement it into a human upgrading system, and let's move forward in a system that is more integral, takes into consideration the planet and the earth and the natural laws, and is centered and activated and originated from us. Love your insights.